Let's say you take a test for a rare disease. The test is 99% accurate and it comes back positive. What's the probability you actually have the disease? Most people say 99%. The real answer might shock you. It could be as low as 2%. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why, and you'll never look at probability the same way again. Let's talk about Bayes' theorem. Bayes' theorem is one of the most useful ideas in all of probability. It's used in spam filters, medical diagnosis, courtroom evidence, AI, even search and rescue operations. At its heart, it answers one question. When new evidence comes in, how should you update what you believe? That's it. That's the whole idea. Let's build it up from scratch. Before we get to the formula, we need two ideas you probably already know. First, conditional probability. We write the probability of A given B as the probability of AB with a vertical bar in between. It means the probability of A happening given that B definitely happened. Next, we have the multiplication rule, where the probability of A and B is equal to the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B given A. That's just saying the chance of two things both happening equals the chance of the first multiplied by the chance of the second, given that the first definitely happened. Now here's the key insight Bayes had. You can write the probability of A and B in two ways. We've seen one, the probability of A and the probability of B, but you can also write it as the probability of B and A, which equates to the probability of B multiplied by the probability of A given B. And so this gives us the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B given A is equal to the probability of B multiplied by the probability of A given B, as both sides of this equation are equivalent to the probability of A intersection B. And rearranging this equation, we get Bayes' theorem, where the probability of A given B is equal to the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B given A divided by the probability of B. Now if we look at the constituent parts of this formula, the probability of A is known as the prior probability, and it's what you believe before seeing any evidence. The probability of B given A is known as the likelihood, as it's the probability of B happening given that A definitely happened. The probability of B is known as the evidence, and it's the overall probability of seeing that evidence at all under every possible scenario. And the probability of A given B is known as the posterior probability, and it's the probability of A happening given that B has definitely happened. If you'd like to support the channel, you can now become a member to get early access to every video. To join, you can use the link displayed here, or just hit the join button right below the video. So let's put Bayes' theorem to use with some examples. So let's go back to our opening question where we asked, what's the probability of having a disease given that we tested positive for it? And set some real numbers. So let's say 1 in 1,000 people actually have the disease. So the probability of having the disease is 0.001. And the test correctly identifies the disease 99% of the time. So the probability of having a positive test given that you have the disease is 0.99. And let's say there's a false positive rate of 5%. So 5% of healthy people test positive. So the probability of testing positive given that you don't have the disease is 0.05. So let's draw this as a tree diagram. So the first two branches of the tree diagram show the probability of having the disease and not having the disease. Now we're told that the probability of having the disease is 0.001. So the probability of not having the disease is 0.999. And we're also told that the test correctly identifies the disease 99% of the time. So the probability of testing positive, given that we have the disease, is 0.99. So this branch here. And we're also told that there's a false positive rate of 5%. So 5% of people test positive even though they do not have the disease. And so the probability of testing positive, given that the person is healthy, so without the disease, is 0.05. So this branch on the tree diagram. And looking at the other branches of the tree diagram, the probability of having the disease and testing negative, so this branch here, is 0.01. And the probability of not having the disease and testing negative, so this branch here, is 0.95. As these values are the complements of testing positive. So if you remember, we subtract 0.99 from 1, and that gives us 0.01. And we subtract 0.05 from 1, and that gives 0.95. And now if we apply Bayes' theorem, the probability of having the disease, given that we've tested positive, is the probability of having the disease multiplied by the probability of testing positive, given that we have the disease, divided by the probability of testing positive. And so the probability of having the disease we know is 0.001. And the probability of testing positive, given that we have the disease, so this branch here on the tree diagram, is 0.99. Now the probability of testing positive can come from two paths on the tree diagram. So this path, or this path. So it's an or, so we need to add those two probabilities together. And the first probability is 0.001 multiplied by 0.99. So this number here multiplied by this number here. And the second probability is 0.999 multiplied by 0.05. So this number here multiplied by this number here. And if we multiply these numbers out, in the numerator we have 0.00099 divided by the denominator, which is 0.05094, and this gives 0.0194, so a bit less than 2%. So as we can see, given the extra information, the probability of having the disease, given that we've tested positive, is less than 2%. And this is because the disease is so rare, so 1 in 1,000, that the pool of healthy people testing false positive, so 5% of 999 people, vastly outnumbers the truly sick people testing correctly positive. So that's 99% of one person. Let's look at another example, because this is where Bayes' theorem really earns its keep, reversing a tree diagram. So let's say we have two factories supplying a warehouse. Factory A supplies 60% of items, Factory B supplies 40%. Factory B has a 5% defect rate. Factory A has a 3% defect rate. You pick an item at random and it's defective. What's the probability it came from Factory B? Let's take a look at the tree diagram for this. So Factory A supplies 60% of items and Factory B supplies 40%. So the probability an item came from Factory A is 0.6 and the probability it came from Factory B is 0.4. Now if an item came from Factory A, the probability it's defective is 0.03 or 3%, and therefore the probability it's not defective is 0.97, and this is 1 minus 0.03. And if an item comes from Factory B, the probability it's defective is 0.05 or 5%, and therefore the probability it's not defective is 0.95, as that's 1 minus 0.05. So we want to find the probability an item came from Factory B, given that it's defective. So let's use Bayes' theorem. So the probability it's from Factory B, given that it's defective, is the probability it's from Factory B multiplied by the probability it's defective, given that it's from Factory B, divided by the probability it's defective. And so the probability that the item is from Factory B is given by this branch of the tree diagram. So it's 0.4. And the probability it's defective, given it's from Factory B, is given by this branch on the tree diagram. So it's 0.05. Now the probability an item is defective is given by two paths. So the probability it's defective and from factory A, so this path, or the probability it's defective and from factory B, so this path. And as it's an either or, we need to add the probabilities together. So the first probability is 0.6 multiplied by 0.03, so these numbers here. And the second is 0.4 multiplied by 0.05, so these numbers here. And when we simplify this, we get 0.2 divided by 0.38, which gives us a probability of 0.53 correct to 2 decimal places. So the probability that a randomly selected item came from factory B, given that it's defective, is 0.53. So over half the defective items, about 53%, come from factory B, even though factory B only makes 40% of all items. So the higher the defective rate shifts the odds.